Sega.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another Total War Shogun 2 battle report. I'm joined today by Mr. Gamanan Sananasan, and say hello, Ingemar, to all the people at home.
Hello, every people at home.
And today I'll be fighting a battle against Shogun 2's AI, and I'm playing a defensive siege scenario. You can see here that I'm defending a rather large, sprawling castle. This castle is built on a mountaintop. It has a sheer drop at the back. Of course, however, there is a single small route around the back of the castle using this bridge right here, and this waterfall, which we're bouncing over very deftly. The castles in Shogun 2 can of course be upgraded, giving you more and more different areas to defend, and indeed different defensive structures, and I've got a very high level one to defend today. Now the AI will be approaching me from any number of angles, about 180 degrees in front of the castle. So Ingemar, at this stage of the battle, what's the AI going to be looking to do?
Well, there are a number of options there. Mostly it's going to try and surprise you and kind of take advantage of your weak flanks, or concentrate all its forces
Weak
in a
flanks? I have no weak flanks, Mr. Ingemar!
Well, there's one on your left right there. But it might not go for that. It might come for like full force, head on. It's different. Just enjoy it.
Right, well what I'm doing at the moment is I'm pulling all my melee infantry into a single, what I'd like to call a powerful block unit formation, or which others may call a blob, and I'm going to go ahead and defend the outfield, as it were, or the very outer perimeter of my castle with archers, and keep all the melee units together so that wherever the AI comes, I will hopefully be able to defend.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. Well, first off, don't you doubt my abilities? I'm a very adept at this kind of warfare. Right, so I'm just manoeuvring my troops now. Obviously, I can't see the AI, and the AI can't see how I'm deploying either. So we should hopefully be able to surprise one another. And again, I'm just bringing all my melee troops into a single area, and I'm going to back those up with my general, of course, who will give a morale bonus and various other ability bonuses to all those troops within his sphere.
So you think putting your troops in the front is a good idea then?
Yeah, basically what I'm looking to do here is I'm trying to have a situation whereby wherever they come at me in the perimeter, I've got like a kind of a big core of shock troops to maybe deal with them. So we'll see how well my tactic works. Okay. So immediately I can see the AI is deployed in two different places. Now, are we going to see a lot of different kind of deployment choices from the AI this time around?
Yeah, it will try to do something different every time, and it will try and keep it fresh.
Okay, well, in honour of the crisp, fresh snow, we can see that we have a large contingent of, looks like melee infantry with a couple of units of bows coming up on the right-hand side as I see it. And then on the left-hand side, we have a smaller number of units, again, long range by the look of it, and also some Teppo units here, if I'm correct.
Maybe it's worth to mention that we don't know what's going to happen now.
Yeah, we have no idea. So what goes on next is a giant cluster of joy. Okay, so here we go. Right, now pretty soon they should be coming in range of my arrows. So I'm going to bring the archers a little further forward, and I can see where they're going to probably concentrate their attack now. The archers are set to fire at will.
You don't want to take up the kind of positions underneath the walls at all?
No. And why do you say that with such a note of, are you sure you want to do this, Kieran? As if, like, I'm going to bugger it up. Right, okay, so, right, there the guys are here, and we are just waiting on them now to start firing on the enemy as soon as they come into range. And hopefully this will just scare them off a little bit. What I want to do is hold them off at range.
It looks like they're thinking a little bit.
I'm going to give a bit of thought to what's happening next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Look at this, because they're like, aha, you'll actually get into my range if you come any further, chaps, so you're going to have to come up with a strategy here.
Yeah.
Now,
Being
on the
cautious.
left-hand side... On the left-hand side, however, they're still moving up, which is slightly more worrying.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shoot. And over here at the back, we can see that there's a number of melee infantry supported by the back attack. Is that the official term in AI programming lingo? The back attack.
The back attack.
Right, okay. I'm, of course, led by the valiant Takeda Shinjin.
See, they might not always come from that direction.
They may well not, but now they have. So what I want to do is I want to serve them some casualties as they kind of march uphill, and see how the others are doing. Right, the others have held position. So they're no, they're coming forwards. Okay, so they're coming forwards on the right, and of course we have this sneaky back attack as well. And it looks like they're moving up the hill to the left-hand side too. But the right is my immediate concern, so I'm going to go ahead and redeploy my archers in position to do a bit more damage there. I cannot let those melee infantry get to the walls.
So you can see what it's doing. It's doing blades first on the right-hand side, it's doing arrows on the left-hand side, and then the back attack.
The back attack and the blades first maneuver. All of these, of course, ladies and gentlemen, technical terminology for war in the 16th century feudal period of Japan.
From Sun Tzu himself.
Sun Tzu himself said, do the back attack. Okay, which is not a crazy dance as it might sound. Do the back attack. Do, 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 do. Okay, right. Alright, it looks like I'm going to need some melee troops down there. So I'm now going to send my, my melee units down into the throng. Because it looks like the AI is probably going to pierce that little show I've got going on there. The next thing for me to do is to try and put the willies into the enemy, which of course is a British slang term for scaring them, not anything sexual. And I'm now going to go ahead and hit fire arrows, so hopefully this will do them some morale damage as well as slowing them down a little bit. Okay, so my melee troops are almost there, and which means it's now time for me to pull the archers back here and get them to leg it, and then commit the melee troops into the combat that the AI katana troops have just breached. Here we go, lads. Oh, and they've got another sneaky unit coming around here on the right as well. Okay, so the AI has actually moved another unit around onto the right-hand side and is climbing the wall there, flanking my melee force. But not to worry. Oh, you cowardly buggers. Okay, so you can see now that both of my archery units, I didn't pull them back fast enough, and now they're getting pounded. Right, so how does the AI kind of switch from an initial to a secondary stage strategy? What's it going to be looking to do, like in its kind of phase 2 attack now it's breached the walls?
Well, obviously the blades come first over the walls because they're the best troops to engage with first in terms of morale and kind of melee combat. Secondly, you can see in the middle over there, they're supporting both attacks on the left and the right with its archers, and then it's coming on from the back attack and it's already gained control of that area.
The back attack has gone horribly wrong for me here because the AI has managed to get that area very well. Yeah. So I'm now going to have to pull my my archers here up to the top level of the palisade to try and defend that and abandon that front position that we're getting fired at.
Fire arrows.
Fire arrows. Don't you worry about fire arrows. We've got fire.
Don't worry about nothing. More
importantly, however, I want to book these stupid idiots right here in the centre. Right, so I'm going to pick the enemy unit that's got the weakest morale, this one here with the red bar. I'm going to hopefully rout them by chucking them in. I'm going to also grab my general, if I can find him. Unfortunately, I believe he's been killed. Ah, my general's routing. Bugger. And now with my general rout, you'll see that the vast majority of my infantry also rout, having seen my general be killed by a stray arrow from the outfield. The powerful magical balloons that they wear on their back were no protection against very highly moving projectiles fired from string bows elsewhere.
Apparently those balloons are historically accurate.
The balloons are indeed accurate. Although you do think they kind of just say, hey, I'm a target, go for me. Right, so when your units rout in battle in a siege defensive scenario, they'll rout towards the keep, that's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they'll try, if they can reassemble, they'll reassemble at the keep.
Yeah.
Oh, this is looking bad for me. We can see now that even my my initial rush to get my archers to defend that wall that the AI has taken via the sneak back attack hasn't gone very well. And my archers are now getting very nastily cut to pieces in hand-to-hand combat. Of course, archers and hand-to-hand combat don't necessarily go together very well.
They are archers, but they are also samurais.
Oh, and the enemy is capturing this point. Now, what happens if the AI gets a hold of the gates? What does that actually do?
It grants them access for cavalry and other stuff like that. So it's quicker to go through gates, but it's harder to capture them.
Okay.
So you can see in the initial attack, it went through up as many walls as it could do.
Look at these cowards streaming back into the centre.
But you still have the towers, you know. They do provide a defence.
They do provide a defence. The towers provide an automatic defensive position, so that if the AI is able to attack me and gain an area, then a defensive tower, much like, let me see if I can get one in view for our lovely people at home, this one right here, which I'm mousing over now, will automatically fire at any advancing enemy troops. However, they only have to capture this area here, now highlighted, and the tower will begin to fire on my own men, being used against the defenders.
You can see in the lower area that they're actually capturing the towers before they advance to gain as much strategic advantage as they can.
I'm now moving all of my forces into the centre in a final ditch scenario to attempt to control the middle, because this is obviously what the AI is going to go for next. And their troops have, as you can see, made it to the walls and are now beginning to scale them. So we are going to have some serious trouble here. Now, this is where you mentioned if they capture gates, then of course they don't need to scale the walls, so they take a lot less casualties coming in. Does the AI prioritise things like attacking and capturing gates and things like that?
Definitely.
Okay, well, we can see now, unfortunately, that my last-ditch attempt from the sneaky back attack has indeed failed. So I am now kind of recuperating and reconstructing my forces in the centre. Now, I wish I could explain that slightly more tactically, but the truth is, it was a dishonourable retreat into the middle, which I now hope to try and salvage some kind of defence from. Right, let's see what we've got going on here. Right, so the archers are still kind of on the outside walls here, and the enemy melee infantry have made it up the back walls. Now, can the archers themselves actually scale the walls? Or,
they can, but there shouldn't be reason to do that until the melee troops have gained a foothold there.
Okay, so it'll prioritise getting the melee troops over the wall first.
Yeah, I mean, as a sensible player would do.
It looks like I'm taking some seriously big firepower here. Something's literally scorching the earth in front of those guys.
And because arrows go in a nice arc, you don't really have to be in the castle to do damage, like we see right there. Even though you're in the centre of the keep, they can keep on hurting you.
Yeah, exactly. So the AI is actually getting quite a nice lot of volleys up into the centre of the keep here. Now, their accuracy is not going to be great, given that they're firing uphill. But still, they are doing me some damage, which does prompt me to perhaps retreat behind the keep itself. Literally, no, I'm not a coward. I'm a tactical mastermind. This is not cowardice, my friend. This is leadership personified.
Dishonourable.
Dishonourable, my buttock. Right, okay. My singular buttock. I don't even give prevalence of two. Okay. So you can see here now we have these chaps coming into the centre. Now, I'm literally going to be defending to the last in the middle here. The tattered remnants of my unit's flags unfortunately exhibit the fact that I've been butchered.
See, it's in no hurry at all. It's just grabbing those towers, grabbing those gates.
It doesn't want to take any casualties as it moves, I assume. So it's grabbed the towers now, which means if I come anywhere near it, the towers are going to get destroyed. Oh, God. Look at those flashing white banners. This is not a good sign. Okay. Right, the next thing to do then is to valiantly defend this one side that we have remaining. And you can see there that the AI is sending up some of its troops, and we're going to send in everything we have on that flank. Naginata in, Bo Ashigaru in. Now, of course, Ashigaru in close combat is generally a very, very poor tactical decision.
Yes, but as they are in the central keep now, they will fight to the last man because
this is their last stand. There is
There's
nowhere
no way
else
out.
to go.
No.
Aside from over the side of the mountain and into the waterfall.
Or on the top of a katana sword.
There is nowhere else indeed, yes. Go home on top of the sword. Well, listen, AI, strike me down now. I should become more powerful than you can ever imagine. Unfortunately, I shan't become more powerful. I'll just lose this region on the campaign map. Okay, so right, let's get the AI on the back foot a little if I can by firing at him with some arrows. You can see here we've got the arrows going in, and again I'm going to switch to fire arrows, which of course are a special ability on a cooldown timer. And have those hopefully. There we go. We've started to rout the one AI unit coming in on the left, so I can at least score a minor victory there by a good use of the Bo Ashigaru. Now let's have them fire onto these chaps here who don't yet own the gate. Oh, bugger! The first of the melee infantry from the other AI chargers made it into the centre. And they're now scaling all of these walls, and here they come, ready to capture the middle.
The time is right.
The time is not right, the time is wrong. Okay, hang on. The time, according to getting my buttocks kicked. Right. Okay, the AI melee infantry on the left is now not much more of a threat. However, this large force moving in on the right is. I still need to keep what remains of my army behind the keep to stop them getting pounded by all those archers out the front, which are in a very handy position. But there is nothing remaining to do aside from stick everybody in melee mode and throw them in. This is what we call the last ditch. Here we go, lads. Look at these. How swift thy sword, peasant. Cut to pieces. My peasant Ashigaru here being destroyed by enemy Nodachi samurai. A Nodachi, for those who are not in the know, Nodachi, no doubt, is of course a two-handed, large, almost broadsword style weapon. Not a katana, but somewhat similar. And unfortunately, of course, the samurai outclass my own lowly Ashigaru units, meaning the likelihood of them winning this close hand-to-hand engagement is very small. So, does the AI take much notice of the kind of rock, paper, scissors relationship between units in this kind of encounter? Or does it just use whatever it's got to hand?
I mean, obviously it tries to, but in a large castle like this, it's got, you know, it is the most
through
sensible.
the neck. Stabby in the face.
It will try
Down
and
he goes.
prioritise forces into it, and then do the best matchup it can. Obviously, it wouldn't be a good idea to put the archers first.
No, of course.
Ooh,
Oh,
beautiful.
terrible stabbing. Oh, and now we've got the timer up. This means that the AI are beginning to capture the keep. We can see there that a giant warning flag for me.
So it's hold you off on one end.
It's holding my forces, pinning them down, and then sending its infantry into the centre to actually raise its own flag. Down comes my beautiful Takeda banner, and up goes the terrible, horrible sight of a Hojo flag in the middle.
You're not even going to live to see defeat.
Hey, excuse me, okay? At least one man will drag his bloodied corpse to see their flag go up over my castle. Oh god, it's going wrong for me. 27 seconds, and the AI's utterly ruined me. I didn't even get to last the 27 seconds.
Didn't even need his cavalry.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, you know, I intentionally showed you a defeat in this instance. Otherwise, I would definitely have embarrassed Ingmar and his Gudmundsson and AI techniques. But thank you all for joining us on this Shogun 2 battle report, and thank you, Ingmar.
Thank you, King.